To tell the history of Zeega, we really have to go back to 2008.
So KaraOehler, James Burns, and I started working together in 2008. It was actually in the context of the election.
When I was working with the founders of Zeega, JesseShapins, James Burns, and a radio producer, Ann Hepperman, on a project called Mapping Main Street.
This was at a time when we heard all the discussion between Main Street versus Wall Street, which we of course continue to hear today.
And you heard Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, John McCain talking a lot about Main Street versus Wall Street.
And what occurred to us was that Main Street isn't just some generic people or place, it's an actual real living location with millions or with thousands of places across the United States.
When we heard that, we thought, you know, they were talking about Main Street as if it was this magical place where semi-unemployed people who were mostly white and like, you know, middle class, maybe 45, 50 lived.
So we created this collaborative documentary called Mapping Main Street, where we did a series of investigative stories about main streets in different parts of the country, and then produced a website that allowed anybody to contribute photos and videos to document every street named Main in the country.
And the idea was to try and travel around the United States and then ask other people to also contribute to this map of all of these places.
And it was in the context of creating this project where we saw many people participating in all different forms, from photographs to stories posted on Vimeo, that we wanted to kind of create a system that would allow others to create projects similar to this.
So to make that project, it involved about 15 people. It was done in partnership with the Association of Independents in Radio and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. So we had this small grant from the Association of Independents in Radio to do this project.
And to really experiment with the next generation of the web as a creative medium.
And the problem was, it was a nice amount of money, but not enough to actually make a project like this.
And so it was in that context we imagined Zeega.
A way for people to create interactive documentaries without having to program.
We began just prototyping and experimenting, and we've done a lot of work thinking about how what we're doing is something that connects to journalists and storytellers, multimedia artists. It's also something that we've done a lot of work in thinking about libraries and archives, how the vast collections of historical information, contemporary information can be brought together in an easily to use and accessible format to really just make the media and the material that is online now and the recordings that people are making around the world accessible to anybody, and not just accessible, but truly useful, to make it possible for people to make new things out of them and to let people's creativity run wild online.